Good morning, everyone. My name is Ned Finn, and this is Talking Points. Today, my co-host will be the delightfully depressing Limbo. For this video today, I really just wanted to give some uh, updates to channel-related stuff again. Um, and I'm gonna... I don't want every single Talking Points episode to just be like me saying, "Oh, this is what's going on with the channel." Although this does make for a very good series for doing like behind the scenes type stuff. It's not like I'm likely to stop doing videos like this, but I don't want Talking Points to be all about that, you know? To be I want it to be varied. That's kind of the whole vibe that I want for this channel is for there to be a variety of material so that a lot of people can get something out of it. Because I mean, I like a lot of variety in the content that I watch, and I like playing a variety of games. I mean, like I will say that come October 21st, when Civ 6 comes out, like Sims 3 videos, they're still gonna happen, but you can pretty much assume that everything else is gonna be put on hold in exchange for like fucking like 2 hour unedited videos of me just playing Civ 6. I don't know if that's actually going to be a thing, but there's going to be a lot of Civ 6 stuff because I love Civilization 5 and I'm really looking forward to Civ 6. So for people who aren't interested in that sort of stuff, I'm going to be putting out Sims 3 stuff. Probably, hopefully, still consistently, hopefully still once a week, but for a little bit, because this is a game that I'm genuinely super looking forward to. Um, there's there's going to be a lot of that. Um, but anyway, at the same time, you know, I'm the sort of person that, yeah, as much as I will put most anything on hold in exchange for the next Civilization game, you know, I'm still the sort of gamer that will do that and also likes The Sims 3. I like the Dark Souls series, but I also just adore like the vast majority of the Lego games. So as a gamer, I enjoy a lot of variety, and I think I think I can capitalize on that by by turning that variety over to you, the viewers. So that if there's one thing that you're not interested in, yeah, then uh, there can be other stuff, you know? Yeah. Um, anyway, all that being said, this is uh, it's another sort of channel-y update video. Ooh, oh no, that could have been bad. There we go. But yeah, this is gonna be another. Oh no, this is bad. I'm having fucking Ori flashbacks. And actually, speaking of which, I didn't intend for this to be my my first point originally, but since I did bring up Ori and the Blind Forest, um, I am shelving that series, because I'm still trying to figure out like the best way to do that series. Um, in terms of like just how to interestingly commentate over a platformer, because I can't be talking too much about random stuff because otherwise I'll get distracted and just end up going around in circles. And Ori is not a it's not a particularly linear game, and so I end up going in circles, which isn't good. And if I just focus on commentating on the gameplay stuff, it's a platformer, so there's not, you know, it's like, oh look, I'm gonna jump over this thing, I'm gonna run over this thing, I'm gonna, you know, time this jump here and do this puzzle here. Which isn't to say that Ori and the Blind Forest isn't a great game. It's just not great for me right now for making videos. And at the end of the day, um, I I want to be doing this for. Jeez. I want to be doing this for the sake of my own fun, at least partially. And as of right now, I'm just not having like a ton of fun with Ori at the moment. I am in the midst of editing the 3rd episode, so I'm probably gonna put that out eventually. But as of right now, I'm just, and again, I don't want to completely abandon it. I want to come back to that series, and I want to beat the game. But now is not the time for that. I think I just need to develop my own skill set as a content creator, in terms of being able to focus on a game while also speaking interestingly about it. And just letting those two things blend well. So yeah, that's being shelved temporarily. It is going to have a replacement series that I'm actually very much looking forward to. And I'm gonna be putting out a teaser for that soon. I'm looking forward to this new series that I'm gonna do. But yeah, so Ori's gonna be shelved for a good little period of time here. It's gonna get other stuff. It's not just gonna be like talking points videos. There is gonna be another Let's Beat-ish thing. That's gonna be fun. So that's point 1 that I wanted to get through. And actually, speaking of new series, the amount of people watching my videos, it's small enough to the point where I wouldn't even say like I have a small community. No, I have a handful of people that are maybe watching my stuff. So this call out might not be super effective as of right now. But seriously, if anyone has video suggestions, stuff that they would be interested in seeing me do, or things people would be interested in seeing my, knowing what my take on something is, by all means, drop a comment and let me know, because I'm always open to ideas. I mean, I have a ton of ideas bouncing around in my head for different video stuff right now, but if I see an idea that I like, I'll tuck it away, and I'll probably get to it eventually, one way or another. Especially one-shot things that I can do in like a single video, and I don't have to do like a whole big planned-out series for that. That's extra good for that. I'm just very casually talking over the horrific events that are happening here. I'm super familiar with Limbo. If anyone's wondering why I chose a more traditional linear type game for a Talking Points episode, it's just because I'm familiar enough with Limbo that I don't really need to focus that much. I've probably completed this game, like gone through it from start to finish, probably like half a dozen times or so. It's a short little game, but it's really good. I said just a moment ago, this isn't a game that's going to require a lot of focus. This is the one exception. This is the part where if you don't time this jump correctly, bad things will happen to you. Cool. Anyway, so yeah, Ori is being shelved for the moment. Sims 3 related something or other. That's close. Something that you may have noticed with episodes 3 and 4 by now, and 5, which is probably going to be released tomorrow. Actually, I might release that and the teaser for the new series I'm doing tomorrow. Just to get some content out towards the end of the week here. Yeah, so for the last couple of Sims 3 videos, you may... You may have noticed that the last couple of Sims 3 videos have been a bit on the short side, and to be fair, I've only put out 4, soon to be 5, so it's difficult to be like, oh, you've changed, man. Your style is changed from the first 2 videos you did. But you may have noticed that they're a little bit on the shorter side, and I would like to say that that's, a vital artistic decision that I'm making on my part, but regrettably, I have to admit that's been a fairly cynical decision on my part. One of the most common suggestions I've gotten on my videos is the length feeling a bit long, and I think that people who I would sort of consider to be my demographic, if you could call it that, which is quite frankly people like me, who watch a lot of gaming videos and like taking in a lot of gaming content on YouTube, the length is at the very least not an issue and probably a positive. However, as the channel is still starting out, I'm looking to grow the channel and bring in a more people who might be interested in my content, but might be turned off by seeing just the longer timestamp on the videos. I don't want to have people who could like my content and could even get into longer videos once they know that I'm worth the time, to shy away just because a video is like 20-25 minutes long. Good news is, for the end user, is this isn't going to impact the quality of the content, and this also isn't going to impact, hopefully, the quantity of content either. If I take something that could have been a 20-minute episode, and find a good place to kind of split it down the middle, I'll try to release both of those episodes in the same week, like maybe bookend it, like on a Monday and a Friday or a Saturday. And it's not like I'm going to be splitting stuff up willy-nilly. So it's like the Keller Legacy Challenge, Episode 7, Part 1 and Part 2. No. There's no reason that I should have to do that. The episodes are still going to have, an obvious endpoint. I'm still going to do an intro and end screen, all that jazz. Just for the time being, as, again, I'm trying to grow the channel, bring in more people, especially for something that is supposed to be a staple of the channel, a major tentpole to represent the channel. The more people I can have watching that content, who are interested and willing to click on the thumbnail, the better. And again, I'll probably, over time, bring them back to around that original time length of like 18-20 minutes, thereabouts. Just for the time being, that's going to be a thing. And again, it's not going to impact the quality or the amount of content that I put out, just slightly the way that it's divvied up. More general channel stuff. I have streamlined a part of my process for making videos, and I'm actually super thrilled about this. Originally, the files that I got from the games themselves did not like to cooperate with my editing software, like at all. It was just really sluggish. There would be these big pauses. When in editing, I would go from like one clip to another, which makes it really difficult to get timing right for jokes and stuff. And it's just generally a hassle, and it feels sticky and awkward and just bleh. Ooh, jeez. That made me fucking jump. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Fun fact about me, by the way, I am super jumpy as a person. Like, I startle very easily. I'm thinking, in honor of Halloween, I'm thinking of playing at least like some of the beginning of Soma, which is a survival horror game that I'm kind of interested in. That might be fun for you guys. Less so for me, because it's gonna be scary. Don't hold me to it on that one. There's a good chance I'll do that, so that's something to look forward to. Anyway, completely lost track of my thoughts. Well, I did seriously, legitimately jump, by the way, like the controller kind of jumped in my hand as I spasmed in fear. Yeah, so the files that I was using, that I was getting from my recording software, were just a hassle to use in my editing software. And so what I would end up doing to remedy this problem is I would sync up my audio to the footage. Then I would render the entirety of the raw footage, and then that file would be what I actually edited from. The hitch there was the fact that it would take about 2 minutes to render for every minute of footage being rendered. So if I sat down for 2 hours, that would take 4+ hours to render. It was actually what codec my recording software uses to encode recorded videos, and I'm using a different one now, and the files that I'm getting are a lot more cooperative now. So now I'm able to take files that I've recorded and go and do the editing directly. Moving on from there, just some stuff to look forward to. I'm currently editing the first episode of Darkest Lore, which I'm really looking forward to. A little bit of behind-the-scenes info on the Darkest Lore series, specifically my audio. There were a couple of iterations of how I wanted the sort of voice and tonality of my voice that I wanted to use for that series. The series, like, I got the idea of wanting to do a series like this from VaatiVidya, who, if you don't know who VaatiVidya is, and you are in any way, shape, or form interested in the story aspects of Dark Souls or Bloodborne, definitely check out his stuff. Embarrassingly enough, I will admit this, originally I was thinking about just kind of doing that, doing sort of a loving imitation of VaatiVidya, and I recorded maybe about 5 minutes of audio from rough scripts for the series, and it was god-awful. Not the least of which being, I could barely fucking hear myself. So I was like, well, that idea is out the window. The next thing that I tried was just kind of naturally going for a slightly deeper tone of voice. And it just sounded like I was trying to seduce anyone who was listening. It made me uncomfortable, and it was my voice. I felt quite good about that initial recording when I was just recording it. Like, it just flowed nicely. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Then I went back and listened to it, and I was like, oh no. And so what I eventually settled on was the tone of voice that you heard in the intro video, which is just me speaking in a very, very deliberately paced manner of speaking, and then actually in my audio software in Audacity, dropping the pitch about 3.5%, just to give it a little bit extra gravity. So yeah, Darkest Lore, first episode should be up soon. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it out by the end of the week, by like Sunday, but it should be early on next week.